Hey guys, what's up? Gosh. Hey, if anyone isn't subscribed to Chirpy's amazing channel, go and do it. A little bit flabbergasted that there's anyone here who isn't, so shame on you, was it? Go and check out Chirpy. Really good channel. Craig's Workshop, likewise. Shark River Machine, also, go and check that out. Dan Shed, go and check him out. The Necklace Workshop, go and check him out. You should be subscribing to at least one more channel after this. Uncle Bob's Bees, you should probably check him out. He's got an awesome beekeeping channel. Machine NZ, if you're not subscribed to him, there's something wrong. Maddie's Workshop, Tommy Gun Machining. These guys are winners of the toolmaking competition. Anyway, there we go. Go Create, Hobby Machine. He's got a video out unboxing his prize too. That's awesome. Go and check him out. Stuart's a good boy. He's subscribed to everyone. We got bees in the backyard, but someone comes in and sorts them out. I'd really like to take a bit more of a interest in it, but to be honest, I don't have time or money. I think they're kind of awesome, actually. I'm fairly interested. Hi from Maddie's wife. G'day. Maddie's Workshop widow. Yeah, what's happened today? Oh, it's all happened. What happened this last weekend? Not very much. I sort of had a friend over for a night or so, and I did a bit of housework, kind of cleaned the workshop a bit, waited on boxes that didn't come, which we will have a look at soon. What else? I put some screws and bolts in this. This is sort of a work in progress, and every now and again, when I'm procrastinating something else, I get this out. But we've got these ends all bolted up. A whole lot of 4BA bolts in there, short bolts and nuts on rivets. Looking pretty good. This is the tender for Princess Marina. So it is open. Open forum on Matt Secrets. Why doesn't he do video? Here's some really good questions about Matty. Why doesn't he do videos about his Lego collection first? What else are we going to ask? Yeah, no idea. Yeah, Matty's got... He doesn't let that on, but yeah, you probably should make a video if he's listening. Or anyone that's listening that can influence him. It's pretty epic. Anyway. Hey, Dennis. Hey, Chirpy. She's been kicked off. See ya. Anyway, there you go. I think that's a total winner because it's awesome and he's pretty he's pretty good at stuff. Got a lot of hidden talents, Maddie. Hi Nigel. 2 Nigels on channel, I think. So there you go. Let's let the cat out of the bag. But anyway. Anyone else want to put their wife on so we can ask questions? Yeah, it's probably just as well, was it? I'm thinking that she may be, yeah, probably a good thing. Me either, to be honest. I'm over it. This is the reader's wife said. Sorry, Matt. I feel bad about that now. I don't either, but I think that's an awesome part of your collection that you ought to show us sometime if you've got time. Anyway, got this brass for that cut size. It's got to have 6mm 1/4" angle iron under here each side, through here. And it's got to have 2 pieces screwed in here, which this is riveted to hold it in place. So that goes on there, and then the superstructure's built up on there. So we're getting there. I think I've got nearly all the brass for it. But next for this is to machine some axle boxes and some wheels. They're the axle box castings. Got them there, gunmetal. Put these in here, and horn stays, which are the little brackets that go here underneath, which are pretty tiny with 8PA bolts in them, like crazy tiny. And they retain those, and then there's spring holes to be drilled in here, which I forgot to do before I bolted it up, which was a bit stupid. Crap. Anyway, we might make a jig and do them by hand, I think. Might make a bearing block that slides on there out of steel as a drill guide, and set them up and then just drill them through. They've only got to be piloted in fairly shallow to locate the top of the spring. So might make a block and do them properly by hand, and that way we get them all in the middle. I think that's what we decided. So there we go. Hey Mary, good to see you. What can we ask about Craig? Gosh, that's complicated. Yeah. Rustinox is a bit like, g'day, Rustinox. Got a parcel from you today. A letter from you. Thank you. Mail. Just waiting for Rustinox to turn up because a nice letter coming with these, which are awesome. Check this out. Very cool. So these one of these really wants to go on the main board here somewhere. I'm not sure who I'm going to cover up to do it. That's the trouble. We might have to extend the board. We've got a bit of a theory here about shelves, right? Looking up here. This is a problem because at the moment I've got this amazing clear bench. I don't know if you can see that, but the cone of cleanliness is fairly wide tonight. Yeah, don't even bother, Chirpy. Look, honestly, if you miss it, we're back here next week. Don't stress too much because I know it's impossible to follow along without the chat. I understand that. Don't expect you to come back and watch it. That's just torture that you don't need. It won't last. But what I'd like to do, right, if we go up here, is put a shelf in at about this level here somewhere right through, to put the locomotive on, because it's getting bigger as we speak. Like every time I turn around, there seems to be something added on it, and it's getting bigger. So up there where those clamps are, sort of, I want to put a shelf there. And that gets the locomotive up off the bench, and it's still sort of inside the cone, so that we can still be sort of reminded that we're working on it. Hold on, lover. G'day from Colorado. Hope you're doing okay. Okay, next one's from Mark Foster. Did the engine go yet? It will be pretty sturdy. There's a couple of steel beams to put it on. We'll put something decent up there, but we're still thinking about that. Anyway, bit of an update. This parcel come today, which is speaking of engines that don't run. These are rubber ball bearings, or rubber balls, Viton rubber, which might fix the carburetor problem. The engine's very, very close to running. Like, seriously, it's that close. The problem is mixture, and I think I'm using way too much gas. Like, way too much. There's a few people have said they're running their engines on like 2 inches of water pressure, which is how far the water lifts up in a hose. I'm going to make a water pressure gauge here anyway, but mostly I'm just putting the hose in a bucket of water and seeing how deep it goes before it blows bubbles. Which I'm not sure is exactly the right. Don't know if that works as well as. Anyway, I can't dial it back to that pressure because I'm still sort of 20, 25 inches, 26 inches, I think, which is a problem. So I'm going to need some sort of control on it, and we're still working on that. It's a work in progress. But hopefully the rubber balls instead of the steel ball bearing to stop the gas escaping from the manifold will give us a bit more airflow, I hope, and probably a bit better mixture. We'll see what happens there. Anyway, yes, I need a bigger workshop. You're right, Nigel. Needle valve's probably the answer, but I think it's Ports and Venturi or jets or whatever, as opposed to flow control. I've got onto another regulator, which might be a really good thing, I think, which is adjustable down to 0, which the regulator I've got isn't. So we've still got way too much pressure. We'll see what we end up with. But needle valve doesn't really fix. I've got a needle valve on it, and it fixes it to a certain extent, but it's very, very difficult to regulate. Dan's probably right. About not even needing the ball valve, but I think you're probably right, but we'll sort that out. It's just like I'm reading back through the chat. Okay, I don't know if I'm only getting half the chat or what the story is, but it's, yeah. Not sure what the story is there, but anyway. Yeah, hang on. Let's switch this. Maybe I've messed this up. Don't know, I switched it to all chat messages. I don't know why it's defaulted back to top chat, which is a bit of a pain because I've only seen some of the comments. One thumbs down every video. That's good. It means you're reaching new people. Anyway, I can't really prolong this much longer. I want to say a huge thanks to Rustanox anyway for sending stickers. That's awesome. They've come. Going to find somebody to put that up. Really pleased to get that one. It's been a while, and sorry it was a while getting a new one. But these were posted a long time ago, and they're here now. So I might put one of them up sometime. I will put one up sometime. You'll see it probably next time. So, thanks, Joe. Anyway, another parcel come today. You probably all saw it on social media. There you go. I haven't tried it in the microwave yet. I'm not sure if I want to do that. Don't know if this is really very good. But we probably all know what this box is. Big parcel. Seriously, don't know about this camera angle either. I'm going to adjust this, sorry. There's not really anywhere to over here to put this stupid let's go over here. This might be the answer we're looking for. Look at that. Maybe. Take care, Roger. Couldn't wait. No, I haven't looked inside it really, right? I took the plastic off and I cut the tape. That's as far as we got. I've been sitting on my hands, I promise. Anyway, there we go. I've been sitting on my hands, right? This has been on back order for a long time, so another night won't happen. I think this is a Prussian Mini, and there's a pretty significant wait time on them from from Czech Republic. The Mark III, I think, is down to almost immediate shipping, but this is still like 7 or 8 weeks, something like that at the moment, and it's been a lot worse than that. And this was ordered some time ago, but I got notification and it said DHL, so it's only a week getting here. And then it was another week getting from I need something. Yeah, look, I've got to fix that camera rail, and this will probably do something towards fixing that. And I've got to machine some bits for it too, because it's a bit wobbly. I could put this back on the camera rail, no problems at all, but every time I walk past or breathe, it rattles, and that's no good. So I've got this on a G-clamp on the frame here, which is good. So this one is quite a waiting list on this, but it's only it's not the budget edition, but it's the smaller, simpler print farm edition of the serious one. And probably by the time this got here, I could have saved up and bought the big one, but this is what I've got. Bags of fresh air. Come with bags of fresh air. What happened to my original 3D printer? Needs parts. Parts have got to come from China via the US, and I'm a bit sick of dealing with them. Last time they stuffed up my order, and they don't seem to be very quick at sorting things out, and parts are expensive and hard to get. Parts for this are only a week away, so that's kind of nice. Craig, thanks for that. So this one, haven't really looked in here. We've got a book, 3D printing handbook, and the other side's the assembly manual, which is quite a nice book. We've got more stickers from Prussia, and I guess I better put one of them up. We've got a cheat sheet with sizes of bolts on it, which is awesome. Lots of cables and bits. Some filament samples. Some alcohol wipes for cleaning beds. We've got a test printout for this machine. Everything works, which is awesome. Packaging is kind of amazing. We've got gummy bears, we've got a USB, we've got a hot end, we've got some LCD parts. Let's put this down here and go through it. I would assemble this on camera, but I don't think that it's going to be doable in an hour. An assembly video would be nice. Yeah, I'm not really a 3D printer person. That's all. It's not a 3D printer channel. But probably I could do that. It's a difficult thing to do an assembly video of. We've got what seems to be LCD set. This is a filament sensor. Tells us when we're out and out of filament. I think that's probably an extra that I actually got put in. We've got a power cord. We've got 4 anti-vibration pads. We've got some bearings and bits for spool holder. We've got a decent looking USB port with firmware on it, USB plug with firmware and stuff on it. We've got some 3D prints for a spool holder. Hope it's all there because this bag's got a hole in it. We've got a sheet metal print bed. We might open that and have a look. This is a little bit smaller than the big one, I believe. That's the heat bed, I think. And that's the print size there. We've got some Galaxy Black and some Pearl Mouse PLA. We've got some wet wipes. And something else in there that must actually do something. We've got some silicone grease or something. We've got some gummy bears. And this is the bits. So it's a pretty nice looking thing. All the difficult questions here. Get a note to stay up later. Okay. What broke on my other printer? Look, it's design problems, wiring problems. Wiring on this looks about 5 times heavier than the wiring on my other one. That was the problem right from the start, was wiring issues and plug issues. Plug systems, things like that were pretty crap. So this is much nicer. Let's have a look here. So everything's actually pretty nice. These are 3D printed and these are like extrusions. This looks like a 3D print. The heat bed looks like, yeah, it's pretty nice actually. So more questions. How do you plan to print patterns? So do you plan to print patterns for castings, Craig says. Now this is a dirty word, really. Controversial topic. It's payback for expecting Craig's wife to be on channel. I don't believe that 3D printed patterns are much good. However, this thing will print wax. You can sort of think where I'm going with this. So it's probably, yeah, I'm not sure about casting patterns because there's too much give in them, and ramming them and keeping them tight is a constant problem, and getting them so that they'll release is nearly as much work as it is making wooden patterns. So that's where I'm at with that. I'm not a huge fan. Print my own coffee mugs? Yeah, we could try that. Richard, g'day. Don't eat the lithium grease or silicon or whatever it is. I'm pretty impressed with how well this is packaged and everything. Hey, John. Tommy is back. He didn't miss anything exciting. Myford Boy does it. Yes, it's a very, very awesome thing to say. However, he's probably more patient than most foundrymen. And to be honest, my experience with ramming 3D printed patterns is that it doesn't really work. I thought that the 3 seashell method was something you use when you run out of toilet paper, Chirpy, but anyway. That was a problem. Wasn't Xena, it was Lara Croft. And halfway through, we had issues with the printer again. So that's what sort of prompted this. That was a while back. But anyway, we got it going for most of it, but we need to do some more. Anyway, so we're halfway in. How long is this going to take to put together? Anyone want to make a guess how long this is going to take to put together? But you're right, this is pretty nicely packaged. There's a spanner there. There's some bolts. Gosh, all sorts of stuff. There's a bit of work in this, I would say. Dennis says 2 hours. Stephen Lang says 3 weeks. Craig says a lazy afternoon. Five hours. Couple of hours if you concentrate on it. Yeah, probably. This is the rest of it. So this is pretty nice here for a 3D printer. Most of these parts are printed. The extrusions aren't. This is pretty nice. Like, seriously, this is good gear. I'm a little bit impressed with the build quality on this. Someone's got their printers tuned in pretty nice to get or produce bits like this. So there's remarkable little packaging in the box, which I think is pretty awesome. They really got that streamlined beautifully. And we've got a power supply. So, yeah, it does sometimes, I think. I don't think you see the whole picture with this old Tony sometimes. I think he cuts out the boring bits, which anyone would. I'm basically, I think it's a matter of just bolting this up. Oh, it's magnetic. How cool is that? Look at that. Liking that. So, what's the book say? Assembly manual. Unpacking assembly. I've watched the video. There's a video. Required tools. 3 tools. There's a bag of Haribo there's an Allen key and a spanner. I mean, that's what we're talking about. There we go. Tools for the Mini. We've got what looks like a 2.5mm or 3mm, 2.5mm Allen key with a bit of length in it. It's probably a half decent, reasonable quality thing. No ball end. And we've got a spanner that says Kennedy. Not sure why. It looks like it's probably cast from something. It's pretty lightweight. It's probably aluminium. It's 10 and 6mm, 10 and 8mm. It says use labels for reference. We might as well start putting this together, and if you get sick of it, you can tune out. They probably have a part number. Use labels for reference. Most of the labels are scaled 1 to 1 and can be used to identify the part. For identification of the most common screws, nuts and Teflon tubes, you can also use the enclosed letter, which contains the Prussian cheat sheet on the other side. You can download the cheat sheet if you lose it. So looking at that, we had a cheat sheet which is in there, enclosed like it says. So the cheat sheet's on this side. It's got all the bits. Congratulations on your new printer. Watch the videos. 4th of the 9th 2020 it was shipped. 7.4 kilos. You can scan that and get your test sheets and quality sheets and all that stuff. We're here for you. Let us know if there's bits missing. So, for the following steps, please prepare the XY axis of the XZ axis assembly, which is that one, I think. 1 M3 by 40 screw. These are all color coded too. How good is this? 1 M3 by 20 screw, the yellow one. And 1 M3 by 12 screw. Note the second M3 by 12 screw in the package will be used later on. Some early units might arrive with the Z-axis in lower position. In some steps it will be necessary to manually move the Z-axis up, so we don't have to do that. The list continues on the next step. So step 6, you need the Y-axis assembly and the foam blocks or foam pads. But let's start with this. We've got that prepared, have we? We'll get rid of that bag. Do you think they're in here? This looks like it. So 2 M12s, 120 and 140. That looks like it. Accessories, Mini. That looks like the bits, doesn't it? These are pretty nice quality bolts, actually. So we've got them put aside. And then step 6, the foam block or foam pads. Either or. We've got the square ones. I think I saw them there. Please remove the sheet. Okay. Do to avoid scratches. Let's do that. We'll put it away. Sorted. Is everyone happy? So we need these bits. Okay, we've got all the list on here. So we've got those bolts, 2 of them, 1 of them, 1 of them. Spanner and Allen key, 6 foam pads, and spare parts. These are spare parts just in case. So there's the 6 foam pads. Gently push all the pads out of the block. Keep the remaining one as a spare. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we've got a spare. So we'll put that in the spares with this. Peel them off, and this says where to put them. Oh, now it's getting complicated. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay, it says put something under it to stop it being scratched. We can do this. There we go. Glue 4 of them like the picture, which sits on here, I think. One. These are fairly nice double-sided tape on these. It's pretty good quality, I think. Well, that was complicated. One of them goes under here. I think that's what that says. Ah, look, there's even a cutout for that. So we know exactly where that goes. There we go. Except it's not going to stand up anymore, so we'll put it over here out of the way. See you, Russell. So there we go. Look, if everyone gets sick of this, just leave. That's cool. That's done that. We're on to step 9 already. Opening the box with electronics. Goodness gracious. I'm not sure I'm ready for this. Make sure that the Z box is in the upper position. If not, using your fingers, turn the lead screw and move the Z axis up. It is. Release and remove the M3 screw on the box with the electronics. This is the bit we need. I'm guessing it's talking about that one there, so. As of last week, we seem to have a Discord server too. The invite link is in the description. Craig might put up an invite, or someone, if you're interested, or if you use Discord, whether that's your thing or not. Goodness me. Hey, Stefan. So we've got the electrics open. Step 10 is connecting the cable. For this step, please prepare the LCD cable, flat grey. Goodness me. So I guess it goes. Looks like it goes through that hole there on the side. That's in this bag. Ooh, pretty bits. That's already connected there. And this needs to go through and connect here. If we have a look, there's a plug there. Looks like it only goes one way up. It's got a notch cut out on the side, which is that way. Let's read this a bit better. So this has got to go through with this facing up, and then it plugs in the plug. I think that's where it goes. Has anyone done this before? It seems to go there. And then that plugs in there. That must be in. Oh, look at that. That's a little bit impressive. It's got a cut out there so it hangs nice. So there's 3 nuts in here. I don't know if you can see that. There's 3 T-nuts. 1 there and 2 there. And that's where this screws onto. So they're all colour coded. Golly. So we've got 1 there. I'll try and protect this cable a bit like it says. We've got 1 through here. We've got 1 through here. I believe this one goes through here with the long Allen key. Yep. So that should be sticking out this end, and that goes in one of these. That looks like fun. Just so we know. I'm about ready to give this up on live camera. I don't think it's going to happen, guys. Great idea, but seriously, not going to be the world's easiest thing to do. Take care, Dennis. Hope you make it, Chirpy. It would be good to see you there. I reckon it's cats rather than possums. Anyway, I don't know if we're going to go much further with this, to be honest. I'm going to have a bit of a play with it. I might get this bolted up, but it looks like something that requires a bit of concentration. apart from that, there's not much happening here. Good to see you all. I haven't been particularly focused on chat. Going to disappoint and probably just going to spend some time and put this together myself without being on live stream, because that's just not going to happen. So if everyone's okay with that, I don't know if there's much else happening. What's some other things that might be worth talking about? Probably there's nothing. Gonna have a sick day tomorrow. Can't have a sick day tomorrow. It's just not on the cards. It's not something I do. Not something I get paid to do. So it's not gonna happen. If I'm dead, I go to work. That's awesome, Matt. Go and check out Matty's video for sure. He's uploading. That's the next thing. JB's SL1 videos on YouTube, and the problem with these is that these will be it's a bit like watching paint dry, watching me put this together. So I'm going to bolt this up before anything gets damaged, and study the instructions a bit, and probably post some pictures on Discord and other places when it's bolted up. But I might be another hour at least, might be 2. I mightn't get it finished today. But anyway, not much else to add. Not much else happening. We hope to hear some sort of a resolution about the Stewart 400 in the next week, maybe next weekend. We're getting a bit closer every day. Shelf for the locomotives next. A bookcase for the other room would be really awesome too, but we might get to that. So I'm going to say thanks. We'll see you all next week. Hopefully with the 3D printer that's probably working. We might even go in another room and have a 3D printer if anyone's into that. I don't know if I am to that extent. It's not a 3D print channel, and I'm trying not to make it that. So check out Stephen Lang's videos, and also Max Grant too, who we all know fairly well. Also has a series on making the Tom Lipton fixture. It's fairly interesting. Be good, and I'm out. Be kind to each other.